My Longchamp Pliage weighs about 5 pounds right now. It's completely full. I'm going to sit down and show you what's in my Longchamp Pliage bag. Okay, let's see if we can actually weigh this. Here's my scale. Here's my chonky bag. Yeah, just like I thought. Oh my gosh, it's 6 pounds. Okay, let's look inside. Okay, there's 6 pounds worth of stuff in this because if you see my other video about the Longchamp Pliage, we know that the Pliage itself does not weigh very much. It weighs basically less than when I get ham at the deli counter for like 2 people. So it's very, very lightweight. So consequently, everything else in there is just stuff I've been toting around. And before you write to me telling me that how bad it is for me to carry so much stuff, I know I don't usually carry this much. I just happen to have a really busy day out and about in the city. And yet it's so heavy. And yet there's still tons of space inside. I could fit probably a lunch bag as well in here. Okay, the first thing is a friction pen. Have you ever tried these? This is Pilot's Friction Erasable Pen. They're so good. I will put a link down in the description if I remember. These are the best. You can write with them, so I'm just gonna show you, right? And then you can erase. So here you are. An interesting little factoid though about these, and I have to warn you, is that if you erase something with it, it's actually friction and heat that takes it off. So if this goes somewhere cold, if I were to put this paper in the freezer, those marks would faintly reappear. So this normally doesn't matter in life, but a friend of mine said that she edited something, erased a whole bunch of stuff, and then shipped it by mail to somebody, but it was in the winter. So by the time the person got it, it was full of like erased marks that had reappeared. So word to the wise. All right, everybody, I'm trying to get to 20,000 subscribers. So if you watch this and you like it, consider subscribing. That would help me out a lot. And consider hitting that like button. What else is in here? Okay, let's see. My bag is full of strange stuff. If you've seen my other videos, like my Chanel, that was very straightforward, just like wallet, you know, normal lady stuff. I got some weird stuff today. So I haven't looked at too many other Pliage what's in my bag things, but I'm gonna make an educated guess that mine has the weirdest stuff in it. This is jewelry from my family doctor. I kid you not. She gave this to me because apparently she is an emerging jewelry designer as well. Well, she just felt moved to make these things, and it's basically a pin of a uterus. She designed it herself. And then she said she designed it herself, and then quickly, like, her design got stolen online and she can't do anything about it. But yeah, isn't it cool? It's got pearls, diamonds. I'm actually gonna put it on. That was really thoughtful. I mean, how many doctors are giving out thoughtful brooches to their patients? Mine, apparently. Ombrelle, I really like this particular sunscreen. We're in a heat wave, that's why I look the way I do. So please forgive everything about what you're seeing right now. This is Ombrelle's Complete Dry Touch SPF 60. So I don't use this for my face. I use this for my neck and my arms, and it's a heat wave right now, so I'm finding that I need to reapply and take it with me. By Garnier, I like this sunscreen quite a lot. It has no scent. This one you've seen everybody pull out of their Longchamp because it's kind of one of the main reasons for getting one, which is a laptop. This is the MacBook Air in rose gold. I had class today, so I actually had to bring this with me. Otherwise, I might not have taken it. You know, phones are great, but there's some things you need your laptop to be able to do, so that's why I toted this around, and it's not too heavy, but this is definitely a substantial portion of the reason why my Longchamp is 6 pounds today. Purell, this is just decanted into a smaller because I have a big Purell bottle. Purell hand sanitizer. I took the subway a number of times today, and you guys, this is where things are gonna, well, I mean, things were already a little bit weird with the pin and the, you know, the friction pen and all of this kind of stuff, but things are gonna take a turn right now. Just warning you, okay? This is my to-go embroidery. I'm in the process of embroidering an evil eye amulet, I guess you could call it, embroidery project for a friend of mine as a gift. I will never ever sell embroidery, I don't think, because if you get one of these from me, it's because I love you. They just take forever. It's not like other types of art where you can be done quickly. Even a small project like this will take me, you know, a few hours to complete, but it's a nice little thing to do when you're like maybe waiting in a cafe, have a little bit of downtime. It's nice to just throw a few stitches in and pop it back in the bag. I have some threads. This is called embroidery floss, so I'll bring the colors that I'm working with. I also have my special embroidery scissors, and I just keep it all in this little Ziploc bag. Yeah, I just pop it out, throw in a few stitches, and then pop it back in when I don't have any more time. Typically I would have my Kobo with me. Instead, I just have like, device overload. I don't want to be taking my Kobo and my laptop around with me on any given day. So I've had art class, so some of these reflect what I've been up to lately. I like to bring my journal with me, enjoying, some of these are very bad, so please, I should probably not even let you see them, but I've been enjoying like sketching things lately and then filling it in with watercolor. Art has been so fulfilling for me lately. This has just like been the thing that I spend all my free time doing right now. This is the most recent thing I did. It's actually just for my camera roll this month. So hot sauce for my son, this Frida Kahlo embroidery. I have some close-ups. I don't really know how to draw faces yet, so I've left that blank, but it's just been fun to fill these things in. A peony from my garden. I've really been enjoying taking the time to make a journal of every day of a sketch because I'm just very much an emerging sketcher. I'm not that great at it. I'm pretty good at the embroidery. I got up to speed with embroidery very quickly, but I'm finding watercolor much harder to master. So I take classes and all that kind of stuff. It becomes an addiction. So these things I'm gonna show you are just kind of reflect that. So with me, I've got my Winsor & Newton travel watercolor palette so I can watercolor on the go. This is what it looks like on the inside. Here's a little travel brush and little palette where you can paint on the go. And then I didn't know this when I started this out. With embroidery, you don't need that much stuff. You need embroidery scissors, you need a package of needles, you need a few hoops, you need some ideas, you need some floss, all of that together. You could probably start an embroidery hobby with $30. It doesn't cost that much money. Watercolors, on the other hand, the sky's the limit, and the more you do and the more art you want to do, the more art supplies you covet, and then the more things you buy. So consequently, I was at our local art store. Sorry guys, that's so crinkly. Apologies. Just a pen for sketching. There's nothing special about this. It's just a felt tip pen, but I wanted gray, a gray that almost evokes pencil, because when I sketch in black, I find it sometimes too harsh. I prefer the look of a gray. And then something called a kneadable eraser, which I didn't even know existed. This is for use on a sketch where you want to just take off some of the darkest marks without, like when you use an eraser, it kind of leaves those almost like skin flake shreds everywhere. It doesn't do that. You just kind of rub it around and it picks up the graphite that's on the page and just leaves you with faint marks. The other thing that I have is this, which is water. Luckily, this bottle does not leak. That's why I take it with me. So when you have a little art palette like this, a watercolor palette like this, you spritz it with the water to reawaken the colors, and then I've got extra water in there to use. Okay, my wallet, really nothing special about this, but it is leather, and I picked it up at Marshall's a number of years ago, and it's like a made in Italy wallet that's holding up really well. I do not own designer wallets. I'm not against having one, I just don't need one right now. I'm just not someone who likes to switch wallets. I'll switch purses every day, that doesn't bother me, but I will not switch wallets every day. That's just a step too far for me. This has been going strong for a long time. Love that it's got this pocket here, just the very first one for your subway or metro card. So that one's easy to access, and I always pop it back there because it's one of those things you gotta keep pulling in and out. A packet of tissues. Worst allergy season I can remember. I wake up and I sneeze 5 times every single day. So with the heat wave, they'll dissipate a bit. I find when it's like extremely hot, my allergies don't bother me as much. Yeah, okay, a couple receipts for the cafe I was at. That's my art receipt. I paid $6.76 for the pen, which was $4, and the kneadable eraser, which was $2. $7 that I spent at a cafe on a snack and a drink. So that is everything inside my Longchamp Pliage bag. Let me just double check if everything's in here. Nope. All right, if you enjoyed that, thanks so much for watching to the end. I've got a full-length video about the ins and outs of what's going on with Pliage right now, so I will link that up. You can watch that video. I also have another one where I go through my Chanel bag, if that's of any interest. There's very little in that one compared to all the crap I stuffed in this one, but if you're someone who loves looking at these what's in my bag videos, I've got that. And navigating around my channel, I've got some other videos about handbags, luxury handbags specifically, as well.